In this video, we'll add the ability to shoot to our platformer game with Pygame and Python. Hey guys, John Elder here from Codemy.com, and so far in our platformer game, we have the ability for a player to run backwards and forwards, to jump, to fall, to do all the cool things, but they can't shoot. And what good is a platformer game if you can't shoot things? So in this video, we're going to add the ability for a player to shoot. It's actually pretty easy, and we should be able to knock it out pretty quickly. So let's head over to our code. I'm using the Sublime Text Editor in the Get Bash terminal as always. And as always, you can find a link to the code in the pinned comment section below, as well as a link to the playlist with all the other videos in this Pygame series. So check that out if you haven't so far. And if you like this video and want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com, where I have dozens of courses with thousands of videos to teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube50 to get 50% off lifetime memberships, all my courses, videos, and books for a one-time fee, which is insanely cheap. Okay, so I've got the code we've been working on in the last few videos. I've renamed it Aspen_platform9.py. It was platform8.py in the last video. And let's just come down here and create a new class. So we want our player to be able to shoot. We're going to shoot bullets, I guess. So let's create a bullet class. So it's going to be a class, and we want to call it bullet. And this is going to inherit pygame.sprite.sprite as always. And we need our regular initialization stuff that we always have in these classes. So underscore, underscore, init, underscore, underscore. And we want to pass in here self. We also want some coordinates for our bullet. So an X and a Y coordinate. Let's see. We also probably want the bullet group, which we haven't created yet. And also we want to pass in the player, because we need to know where the player is whenever the bullet is fired, right? So also which direction the player is facing. So we need the player. So, okay, there we go. And inside of here, we need our super as always. And this is just super dot underscore underscore init underscore underscore. There we go. So what are we going to need here? So let's think through a bullet. What does it have? Well, it needs to move, right? So it has to have some sort of velocity. So let's set the velocity. And I'm just going to call this self.velocity, right? And let's set that equal to 20 right off the bat. So we want it to move fairly quickly. We also need a range, probably. I mean, you don't have to, but I want the bullet to only go a certain distance before it just sort of disappears. I don't want it to shoot all the way across the screen. That's too easy. Let's just, set a certain range. And this will be in pixels, basically. So let's say, 450 pixels. And I'll just say pixels before the bullet dissolves. I don't know, disappears, whatever, right? So, okay, now let's load our image. We need an image for this thing. And we also want to get the rect. And also, this needs to be based on player direction. So before we do that, what actual image are we going to use? Well, I just went online and I typed in free 2D bullet art. And I found this little guy, a nice little bullet. It's pretty big, but we'll resize it. And I've saved this in our images directory, so you can download it from my GitHub, or just go out and find any bullet image that's free online and download it and stick it into some sort of directory. Our images directory is in the same directory as this file, so we can use a relative path here. So, okay, what do we need to do? Well, earlier we learned how to do stuff based on which direction the player is facing. So we can do that same sort of thing. So let's go if player dot velocity of X is greater than 0, that means we are facing right? So if that's the case, what do we want to do? Well, we want to create a self.image, and we want to set that equal to something. Now that bullet was huge, so we need to resize it. We need to transform it. So let's go pygame.transform.scale. We learned how to do this earlier. And then let's load our image. That's going to be pygame.image.load. And inside of here, it's in our images directory, and the name of the file is bullet.png. So there we go. And now outside of that, we can put the dimensions we want to scale this thing. And I want to change it to 30 by 14. So it's nice and small, as a bullet should be, right? So, all right, then let's go else. So if our velocity of X is not greater than 0, that means it's less than 0, and that means we are facing left, right? So we can just go self.image and set that equal to, again, pygame.transform.scale. But we need to flip the image, right? Because our image is facing right. We need it to now face left. So we need to flip it. We learned how to do this earlier. we can just call Pygame.transform.flip, and then inside of here, load our image. So that's going to be Pygame, again, .image.load, and then, and again, images/bullet.png. Outside of that, this is getting a little bit hairy here, but remember, outside of that, this Pygame, but remember, outside of this, the Pygame.transform.flip takes 3 arguments. The image itself, whether we want to flip it horizontal or vertical, whether we want to flip it horizontal, true or false. So we do want to flip it horizontal, and whether or not we want to flip it vertical, true or false. No, we don't want to flip it vertical. And let me just comment here for the notes. Flip takes image, horizontal, true, false, and vertical, true, false. Okay, so there we go. That will do that. But now we also need to give it the dimensions we want to resize it as, and that's going to be 30 by 14. Now, this is a lot of stuff. Let me just sort of, for a second here, put all of these things on separate lines. So you could pause it and look at all of this and make sure it's all correct. But we'll just keep it on one line like that. So, all right. Our velocity is 20, and that's in the right direction, right? So we also probably want to make our velocity negative so that, it's left instead of right. And we could do that just by calling self.velocity and setting that equal to just negative, and then times it by whatever our self.velocity already was, right? So that just turns it negative. So now it's shooting the opposite direction. So, okay, that looks good. Now we need to do the rect stuff that we always do. And let's call self.rect and set that equal to self.image.get_rect. And then we need a position. So let's go self.rect. And let's just put this in the center and set that equal to xy of these coordinates that we're going to pass in when we create our bullet. Okay, so we've got that. Now, up here, we set a range, right? So we're saying after it travels 450 pixels, destroy it, right? Bullet dissolves, bullet destroys, maybe, whatever. So in order to say it's gone 450, we need to know its starting position, right? So 450 from what? Right? So we need to define that. So let's get our starting position for the range stuff. And this is just going to be let's call this starting _x, and we'll set that equal to whatever our x is that we pass in when we initialize this bullet. So, all right, that looks good. Finally, let's add our bullet group. As always, when we're dealing with images, we want to deal with a group so we can do collision stuff in the future and all that good stuff. So let's take bullet _group. .add and pass in self. Where is this bullet group coming from? Right here, right? So we still have to define this in our game loop, but it's getting passed into our bullet class here and adding it right there. So, okay, that looks good. Now, what else do we need? We're going to need an update function. Pass in self. I'll just pass for now. We'll deal with that in a second. But, well, we're here. Let's do it now. So what is an update function for a bullet going to do? It's going to move the bullet, right? Every time it iterates, it's going to move the bullet a little bit. So let's move our bullet. And that's just going to be self.rect.x, and that's going to just plus equal whatever our self.velocity is. And the reason why we're doing rect of x, because we just want the bullet to go back and forth, left to right. We don't need it to go up and down, so we don't need to deal with the y rect stuff that we have like when we're jumping and stuff. It's just going to go left to right. So there we go. And while we're at it, let's destroy the bullet after it passes the range of, what did we say, 450? So here we're going to need to use an absolute value. So let's use the abs function. And an absolute value is the distance to 0. So if we're going right, that's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Any one of those numbers is absolute value of itself. If we're going the opposite direction, we're going negative. So -1, -2, -3. The absolute value of those, -10, for instance, is 10. It's the distance back to 0. So this will allow us to do this regardless of it, whether it's going left or right, positive or negative. We'll just use the absolute value. So, okay, let's go self.rect of x minus the self.starting x. So if we started at a certain position, we can subtract that position from wherever the bullet happens to be. And if that is greater than our self.range, so if it's gone past 450, then we just want to self.kill. So that will kill the whole thing. And that should do that. It won't update it anymore. It'll disappear. All good things. Okay, so that looks good. Now, before we forget, let's come down here and set up all of our bullet group stuff. So let's see. Here's where we defined our sprite groups. Let's create another one called the bullet group. And that's just going to be a pygame.sprite.group. Okay, so we've got now our bullet group. And now we need to update, let's see. We need to sort of draw it on the display where we draw all of our group stuff, right? So down here, let's update and draw the bullet, sprites, whatever. And that's just going to be bullet underscore group dot update. And we'll call that update function we just created, right? And bullet underscore group dot draw. Where do we want to draw this? We want to draw it to our display underscore surface, which is just our game surface, right? Okay, same thing here, same thing here. So that looks good. We need to pass that bullet group also into our player class because, you know, the player is the one that's going to be shooting. So up here, we're passing self, XY coordinates, the grass tiles, the water tiles. Let's also pass the bullet underscore group. And in order to use this in here, we need to define it somewhere. So let's see what looks like a good spot here. Self.image. Here we're doing the define our grass and water and bullets. So here, whoops. Let's go self.bullet group equals our bullet underscore group, which we just passed in right there. So, all right, that looks good. What else? Well, anytime we create our character, our Aspen, we need to pass in that bullet group. So let's see, where did we initialize our Aspen? That was down here. I feel like it was right after the tile map. Yeah, right here. So here we're creating an Aspen, right? Here's an Aspen class. And inside we're passing the XY coordinates, the grass tile group, the water tile group, and also we want to pass the bullet group. So, okay. Okay. I want to say that's it. Seems like we missed something. I don't know. I think that's it. Let's go ahead and save this. Head over to our terminal. I'm in my C/games directory. My virtual environment is turned on. Did we do a speed? Yeah, I think we got that. I don't know. I think let's give it a try. So here we go. We can run around. Oh, we didn't create a button to actually fire the thing. That's kind of important. So yeah, let's head back over here and in our game loop, right? Here is where we're doing our key down events, right? And we said jump, let's say jump and shoot. And we also probably need a shoot function in our Aspen class, right? Man, we left out all kinds of stuff. It must be a Monday morning. It's not, it's Thursday. Okay, so here is our key down thing. If we're pressing a key down, if we hit the space, we're jumping. Let's also now shoot a bullet. And here, let's just comment jump so it's not as confusing. So let's go if event.key equals Pygame.k underscore, what do we want to use? I think I want to use the up arrow key, right? Seems easy. Then what do we want to do? Well, we want to call Aspen.shoot. Now, we don't have an Aspen.shoot because I blanked out and totally forgot to create one. So let's come up here to our Aspen class and somewhere in here, maybe after jump, let's define shoot. And we want to pass in self, of course. So inside of here, we need to create a bullet instance, right? Or a bullet class or a bullet initialization, whatever you want to call it. And that's just going to be a bullet. And the bullet again, needs certain things. It needs an X, a Y coordinates, a bullet group, and a player, right? So X and Y, right? So that'll just be self dot rect dot, let's do the center X. And for Y, let's go self dot rect dot center Y, just right in the center of our player. And then we also need the bullet. So that's self dot bullet underscore group. And we also need the player, which is just self because we're in the player class. And so that's just self, right? Maybe we'll comment X, Y, bullet group, and player, right? So, boy, that's pretty much it. That should do the trick. So let's go ahead and save this, head back over here, give this another, hopefully unembarrassing try. Bring our guy over, here we go. If I press up, choom, man, it flies. If I go the other direction and press up, built-in function or method has no object, get underscore rep. Line 63, image, self.image, typo. So let's go up to line 63, very helpfully told us where. Is that weird? Yeah, that might be the thing. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so that should work. When I was breaking it apart to show you the different lines, I forgot to put it back together the right way. So if we press up, boom, that way. We press up, boom, that way. We can jump and shoot. And you'll notice you can sort of see it disappears right around here. So, see? And we can change that by changing our, let's go up to our bullet class. And we set this to 450. We can change it to 150 if we want. If we save that and run it, now it only goes this far, right? So that would make the game harder in my mind. So maybe that's what you want, but whatever distance you want, that is cool. I'm going to change it back to 450. We can change the velocity, right? So if we put this at 10, what is that going to look like? Pull this guy back over. Nice and slow. Maybe that's what you want. That, again, may make the game harder or easier, just depending on what your game is. And that's all there is to it. Woo! It's raining bullets. So a couple of moving pieces in this, but altogether not that difficult. These are all sort of concepts we've been learning as we went, adding Rects, setting velocities, doing things like that, adding images, flipping them, transforming them, resizing them, all the good things. Nothing really extraordinary about any of this. We just sort of put it together with our player class, and that's all there is to it. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out codemy.com where you can use coupon code YouTube50 to get 50% off lifetime membership. That's access to all my courses, over 60 courses, thousands of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 200,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from codemy.com, and I'll see you in the next video.